chairman's time has expired and yields back. The chair now recognizes the gentlelady from Iowa's 1st District for 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Chairman Latta and Ranking Member Castor, for holding this hearing on building and appliance standard legislative proposals. At our earlier hearing, I raised serious questions about the unintended consequences of efficiency mandates. When I ask a witness about the environmental impact of replacing appliances every 6 to 8 years rather than every 15 to 20 years, for example, landfill burden, critical mineral waste from computerized components, she couldn't provide an answer. Yet we're making these mandates supposedly for environmental protection. This epitomizes the problem. The federal government is imposing costly regulations without understanding their real-world impact. Iowa families shopping for new appliances shouldn't be limited in their choices, all for marginal efficiency gains with increased cost and less longevity. Today's legislation offers a path forward, and I'm eager to discuss it. We can restore consumer choice, eliminate regulatory churn that produces diminishing returns, and reframe our outlook to find significant energy savings. Let's prioritize policies that work for families, not aspirational energy savings. Mr. Novak, when the DOE calculates the environmental benefits of efficiency standards, are you aware if they account for the increased landfill burden when appliances need to be replaced 2 or 3 times more frequently, or for the critical minerals that are lost and are dumped in landfills? And how do you weigh the short-term energy savings against sending more computerized appliances with critical minerals, as I mentioned, to landfills?
I don't believe that that's currently within the scope of the assessment. I think it makes a lot of sense that it would be, however. But again, I'll take that question for the record just to make sure I've spoken correctly on that.
Well, thank you. That's valuable information, because if it's not one of the things considered, then as we go through, replacing appliances, it's something that should be considered. Mr. Novak, my district has successfully balanced renewable energy with reliable baseload power. How does the DOE account for regional differences in energy cost and fuel availability? A regulation that might make sense in California could be economically devastating for Iowa families who rely on affordable natural gas heating.
Well, again, this is the point I was trying to hit in response to some prior questions that I fielded, namely that choice. This is highly contextual. And again, what may make sense in Iowa may not make sense in Florida or some part of California, and that optionality here gives you the ability to take into place, again, local, what's available locally. And again, that's going to vary place to place. Conditions are going to vary place to place. And the idea here is that it's a smart policy to preserve some of that flexibility.
Thank you. HR 4690 would repeal Section 43.3's requirement to eliminate fossil fuels from federal buildings. Even countries with aggressive climate policies maintain fuel diversity for critical facilities, prioritizing energy security through fuel diversity rather than single-source mandates. Given that our NATO allies are maintaining fuel flexibility for critical infrastructure, especially after Europe's energy crisis exposed the risks of overdependence on single sources, how does DOE view Section 433 forcing U.S. federal facilities, including military installations, onto an already strained electric grid? Shouldn't our energy security strategy align with our allies' approach of maintaining backup generation capabilities?
Again, as a general matter, we support fuel flexibility.
Great, thank you very much. With that, Mr. Chair, I yield back the balance of my time.